Hey, happy New Year's Eve, everybody. It is December 31st, 2023. And wow, this year completely just went by so quick, so quick. And a good sign is here in New England, we haven't gotten any significant snow yet. So that's a good thing. We're getting into January. Believe me, I'm loving the global warming. I will deal with it. Being a New Englander my whole life. Um, it's nice to not have any snow right now going into January, but things can turn. Usually now we get really whacked and we get really whacked hard in January and February. It's mostly February. We get whacked pretty hard in February, but hopefully we don't this year. So listen, very casual live, nothing crazy tonight. We're about an hour away from the ball drop. I'll pull that up. We can watch that together. I'm probably going to go through some of the cases that I follow here that I'm kind of invested in. Hopefully you all got to see the stream earlier when I had Steve from SF Investigates on, and we talked about the Chelsea Grim case and gave our most updated information in that case. So I hopefully everybody got some value out of that. Let me just see who's in the chat tonight. I just want to thank Paula F for becoming a new member. Babs Bunny, new member. Thank you. Carrie with the Happy New Year, everyone. Happy New Year to you, Carrie. I'm glad that you've come into my life. You are a great friend of mine. You're a confidant. You give me much guidance, which is great. It's nice to have someone to bounce that off of. And you also help me do, some paperwork behind the scenes. And, you are my top moderator. I appreciate that. You're here for every live, which I don't know how the hell you do it, but you do. And it's very much appreciated. So thank you. Paula, thank you so much. Happy New Year to you. Again, another one that does great things behind the scenes. Thank you. All my moderators in here. We have, let me just look, Carrie's in here. I got the old Nightbot running. Good stuff. Healing Time with a New Wrench is in here. Happy New Year, Cindy. Thank you for being here. Again, more people that are just here on a nightly basis, and I appreciate it. Thank you all for being here. Diana, thank you so much. Happy New Year to you. Allegedly LB, Happy New Year to you. And Tammy, thank you so much. Hello. We got a Turtle Rider in the house. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let's see. Tara Mick, thanks for being here. Happy New Year. Minnesota, Happy New Year to you as well. Thank you for being here. Richie, thank you. Happy New Year to you, bro. Thank you so much for being here. I'm glad everybody's safe. Susan says Dave McGrath is live as well. Yeah, well, I had my stream planned live, and this is something that I want to do here for the folks on my channel. Hopefully, best luck to him. Hope he's getting a lot of viewers over there. And I know that he follows the Karen Reed case. He's done extensive coverage on it, and all good stuff. All good stuff. All good stuff to Unsafe Spaces. But I had this planned. I got to check in with my peeps too. Cindy, thank you so much for being here. Rose, happy New Year to you. She said, Fraser said, I'll try to send you some heat if you send me some cold. I could do that. Robin checking in. Hey, hello, how are you? Stacy, hello. She says, I'm in on that one too. Chelsea Grimm, absolutely. Listen, Diane, I have a huge playlist on my homepage. Just go over there, look at Chelsea Grimm missing person case. I have over 50 videos dedicated to that case. I probably have one of the most extensive case logs on YouTube regarding Chelsea's case. And that was a very special live that we had earlier. It was amazing. Tara's in the house. Richie, 3 months membership supporting. Thank you. Bless all for 24. Absolutely. Robin says, I'm stuck with her for the rest of the night. Happy New Year. Well, it's glad to be here. Thank you. Janet over here, too. It's a name that we see a lot. Happy New Year's to you as well. Tara with the Happy New Year. Amy in Boston. Hey, everyone. My 3-year-old and 7-year-old are determined to stay awake for the ball. Do you know that I was actually tired? I was going to go to bed. And I'm like, no, I have to watch the ball drop. Cindy, Happy New Year to you. 13 Kings, awesome. Happy New Year to you. I'm calling the police. Bye. Okay. Have a good one. Let's see. Happy New Year to you. Yes, Susan, Happy New Year is someone that's always over here in the Turtle Boy Karen Reed streams. Thank you. Miss HP Penny Packer. What a great name. Happy New Year to you too. We got some Turtle Riders in the house. Hi to you, Peter. Let's see. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, Lucy. S.J. Howard, always here from Kansas. Thank you. Where's everybody from? Let me know where everybody's from. We like to do that. Allegedly LB, thank you for becoming a new member. Listen, if you want to support LTL True Crime, there is a link posted at the top there. You can click on that. Buy me a coffee. I would appreciate it if you want to buy me a coffee. Paul is in here. Thank you. One of my wrenches. Mary, another wrench. Thank you. She says, hi again. Happy New Year to you, Mary. Charlene, 1 month member. Thank you. Happy New Year. Listen, if you got those gifted memberships, please do me a favor. At the end of the month, when your month is up, make sure to re-sign back up, support the channel. You can just sign up for $1.99. That helps support the channel. Thank you. Helps me become a full-time creator in 2024. It's my dream by the end of this year. Resting WT Face says, Happy New Year to everyone watching from Mass. Great. We're in good company. I'm from Mass as well. Thank you for being here. Seattle. We got Seattle. We have Falmouth, Mass. Great. Scotland, Georgia. Houston, Texas. Arlington, Texas. Southern Illinois. Post some questions about Chelsea Grimm case. I posted some questions about Chelsea Grimm case. Great. When I get back over and look at those questions, I'll answer them tomorrow. Massachusetts, Wisconsin, Gloucester. I used to go up to Gloucester. I used to go to Wingasheep Beach a lot with my parents. Well, with my mom. We used to drive up there a lot. And we used to go, oh, shit, I can't remember. I remember there was a little area that we went into. You would drive in, and there was one tree. And my mom always had to get there early enough to get the tree because we wanted it for shade. And it was right in the front. We would wait until the beach would open. We would go in. My mom would sprint for that tree, and we would get coverage. And I remember at Wingasheep Beach, I almost drowned when I was like 3 years old. Some guy pulled me out of the water. I had a wave that overtook me, and I was saved by a guy. Also slipped on the rocks there many times and hit barnacles. So that wasn't fun. Rhode Island here, Pennsylvania, Chelmsford. My cousins live all in Chelmsford. New Jersey. Oh my, we have to ring in the new year together. They say who you ring in the new year with is indicate of your new year, how your new year will be. Happy New Year. Thank you. That's very sweet. Michigan. Mary, Happy New Year. Western Australia. We got from across the pond or down under. Not across the pond. New York in the house. Medfield. Great. We had a lot of Massachusetts natives. New Hampshire. Cleveland. St. Louis. Let's see. I think we're getting to the chat. Burlington, Mass. Awesome. Yes, I saw those. Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you so much. Let me get to buy me a coffee. So, Steph, thank you so much. She's a crime enthusiast supporter. That's a $5 monthly. Thank you. And she also donated the 15. I appreciate donated. Donated. I sound like a Midwesterner. Donated. Or someone from Philly. Donated. Thank you. Yes, Wingashi. I haven't been up there in years. I got to get back up there. Robin, thank you so much for coming a new member. I appreciate it. East Bridgewater, very close to where I am. Mass, thank you. Free Karen Reed. A lot of Massachusetts peep. Thank you. Thank you, healing. Awesome. All right. So what we're gonna do is just kind of, oh shit, we got about an hour, 50 minutes or so. We'll pull up some of the cases that I've been vestedly interested in. Since we have a lot of the mass crowd here, let's pull up the Karen Reed. This is Vinnie Politan. We'll get some of this going, and then once the gets close to the ball drop, I have a stream that we can play. I just can't play sound because I'll get nailed for the sound, but we can at least watch the ball drop. Maybe I'll turn it up a little bit. Okay, let's watch Vinny here.
I'm Vinnie Politan. Thank you for joining us here on Closing Arguments. And I can't believe this is the first time I think I've ever seen this. And what makes it even more shocking, we're talking about up in the Boston area, that there's this public outcry of support for someone accused of murdering a Boston police officer.
It is going to be a great year. Welcome.
Did you hear me?
Happy New Year.
An outpouring of support for someone accused of murdering a Boston police officer. This is the scene in Dedham, Massachusetts.
Can you imagine on Friday? It's going to be like quadrupled out there. I mean, there's going to be hundreds of people there. I think we get, I'm going to take a guess. I think we get 300 people out there. What does everybody think the number at the courthouse on Friday? How many people are you thinking are going to be there? I say 300. I'm going to take a guess in 300 people to support and show up and support Karen. I think 300 people. Tell me what you think in the chat. How many people are you think going to show support Karen?
Outside the courthouse today for another hearing in the case against Karen Reed. The victim in the case was her boyfriend, John O'Keefe, a Boston police officer. She's accused of murdering him with her car. Look at this. There's a truck with a billboard, justice. And then they have this incriminating Google search that they believe, the defense believes, is the key to the case, to uncovering this cover-up by the people in this case. Unbelievable situation. Never seen anything like it. So let's take a look and a listen. Now remember, she's accused of murdering her boyfriend with her car.
250 to 400.
She's claiming that he was actually killed by people that were inside a home that was having an after party, a late night party she was dropping him off at. It was a police officer's house and a police after hours party. So basically pointing the finger at the police for killing one of their own versus the prosecutor saying she's the one that did it. Let's take a look at what happened outside the courthouse. You're going to hear from the crowd and from the attorney, Alan Jackson.
Well, I actually bought a brand new camera, an awesome camera. It's made by a company called DJI, and it's actually like a little camera that's on a gimbal. And if anybody knows what a gimbal is a major stabilizer. So when you turn your wrist, it's all electronic and it stabilizes. And it won't show any like shake when you're filming. And it's a very cool camera. It's like on a stick. I'll show you what it looks like. I'm very excited to get it. Hopefully it comes in time because it's coming from overseas. But I'll show you what it looks like. It's this. It's really cool. And I heard it gets great film. Let me pull this up. It's this one right here, this little camera, and it's supposed to be really good, and I'm very excited about it. I got a little bit of a learning process when I get it, but I got about 2 days to work out all the kinks. I have a nice Sony camera, but that's my live stream camera, and I don't want to take it out just in case it gets bumped or dropped, and this one's just so much more convenient because you can just hold it. So I'm very excited about it, and I can't wait to get out there because I tried live streaming before, and it didn't work out there at the court. It was pretty rough. So I just spent some money and invested in the camera. I'll do some a lot of coverage, and then I'll just come back and upload it and do some commentary.
One of the attorneys representing Karen Reed.
I think it's going to be great. Yeah, I'm from there. hope so. Thank you, Paula. I look back and I look at March, where we were in March. I mean, we were barely just cracking 2,000 subscribers, and we've got the LTL movement moving along here, and it's now the end of the year. I'm on the cusp of breaking 13,800 subscribers. I think 15,000 is going to come quick and beyond. And I'm really working towards that 100,000 subscriber mark to get that silver play button. It would be a huge accomplishment. And, I want to work towards making sure that LTL is truly an independent media channel that can stand on its own in 2024. And it's my dream to do this for the rest of my life. And I want to make sure that by the end of 2024, I'm a full-time creator. But I can't do that without all of you, because you're all part of the LTL family. And you all help grow this channel by sharing it with your friends, telling your friends about it, watching the videos. If you can make the lives, come to the lives, because I'm mostly a live streamer. I live stream just about every single night at 8:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you're not getting the notifications, I always tell people, just come here and check in on the channel 8:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and you'll be able to catch a live. And listen, I cover a multitude of cases. Karen Reed is just one of them. And I invest my time in certain cases because I want to see them be investigated properly, get brought to court, and get justice for the victims. I'm not a fly-by case creator. I don't jump on the next biggest case that just might pop through. I really get myself rooted in these cases, and I try to see them to completion. And then if there's something that comes along that really interests me, then I'll jump on that case and do it. But right now, I just don't really have a lot that's really interesting me. I'm really trying to ingrain myself in the cases that I'm currently following, and there'll be other things that I do, absolutely. But I've heard some shit about that, like, oh, he only does these certain cases. I'm like, yeah, because I'm invested in them. I invest the time. I investigate. I don't look at the next headline and go, oh, wow, and just grab it and talk about it for 2 days and then move on. I like to really root myself in cases and really push them. And, especially like this, Karen's case is becoming very special to me. There's a huge movement around this and lots of supporters, and I appreciate that. So, in considering this, this happened 20 minutes from where I live. I've been down to 34th Fairview many of times, many of times. All right, let's play this. So sad, right? Oh, that's great. I never saw that.
They don't want to.
I never saw that moving truck. The advertisement, Hoslong the Dying Cold. That's fantastic. That's brilliant. I never saw that. Look at this. This is fucking amazing. That's the first time I've seen that. That is the dopest thing. Ashley, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, I do. I care, and I'm not. Listen, this is not a hobby for me. Okay, I want this to be my life. I want this to be my life. It's not a hobby, and that's why I get emotionally invested in these cases, and that's why, and listen, I don't want to talk about it too much, but there was a little bit of beef with another creator and regarding Chelsea Grimm, and I've gotten past it, but I take that case very serious. I invested a lot of time into that. I built a ton of relationships of people that I've never met before in my entire life that were close to Chelsea, that opened up their minds and hearts to me. They don't know who I am, and they let me in their intimate lives and gave me, personal, intimate details about Chelsea. So when you build that and someone steps on it and takes advantage of it, it kind of shits on you. And that's why I feel personal about it. It was kind of a personal attack. But anyway, I don't want to make it about that tonight. I'm moved on. I've said my piece. I've extended the olive branch. I hope that that other creator goes on to have 1 million subscribers on their channel. That's all I have to say about it. I'm done. I'm done with that. We move on now. All right. So we have a fan in the chat says, and love the name, just a great guy. Says, just a heads up, Karen's going to prison. Ain will be too. Well, he currently is in jail. So we know that. I don't think he's going to be there for too much longer. And we haven't gotten to a trial. And I'm already going to tell you they're just a great guy. From what I see in the case, and I think what the jurors are going to see is going to create an exorbitant amount of reasonable doubt. And we all know. I mean, we all know. And I think you deep down inside know too. When you really look at the facts here, just a lot of things don't line up as to what the state is saying. And you know that. I mean, that's why you're here, but you're just playing this secret person because you need a little thrill. But deep down inside, I mean, that's why you're here. That's why you're here. All right, let's keep playing this. That's the greatest thing. I love that.
They don't want to meet us on the common battlefield of the evidence. They know they can't win that fight. They never have been able to win that fight. So instead, Mr. Morrissey decides to use a cheap stunt, if you will, and launched this appalling video in a failed attempt to salvage his reputation and to salvage this case. And folks, he can't do either one. He attempts to taint the
I just think it's cool because he's giving me a clicking of you right now. So that's awesome. Thank you.
This case.
You want to become a member, become a member.
It's unethical. And by the way, folks, if you wondered what corruption looks like, that's what corruption looks like. The next thing he says, every one of the witnesses for the government have been forthcoming. They've been forthcoming. Forthcoming means truthful. It means honest. It means transparent. That's what forthcoming means. And these witnesses have been anything but. Not a single witness originally admitted that Colin Albert was ever in that house. Not one.
Colin was there. Colin was there.
Later that morning, the Massachusetts State Police Detective Unit of Norfolk District Attorney's Office was notified and responded to the scene. His words, not mine. And in case that left any doubt, he cleared it up with the next sentence. Trooper Michael Proctor, and Sergeant Yuri Buknik were among the troopers.
The thing that I'll be honest with you, I'm really excited about is being able to see Karen walk up to the courthouse. Obviously, I wish we weren't seeing her in that position, but I think the coolest thing that I'm going to be very excited about is being able to see Jackson and Yannetti in person. I think that's going to be a really proud moment for me because if I was in a jam like this, these would definitely be the two lawyers that I would want on my side, and they balance off each other so well. And I think it's going to be really great. The glare in the house, what's going on, bro? I don't know if you're in streaming position, but if you want to jump up really quick and say hi to everybody, we'd love to have you on the panel. I know everybody's going to go, get on the panel, but you're welcome to come up if you want. There's the stream. If not, sit back, relax, hang out. No big deal. Love the glare. Me and Will had a great stream the other day, and I look forward to hanging out with him again. So I think he was having some whiskey or something earlier, so he might be in a happy state right now. But hopefully you're home and you're safe. Dude, I'm in rare form. If you want to come up, bro, you can. It's up to you, man. I'll drop the link if you want to come on for a second. We'd love to get you up here, but no big deal if you can't. It's okay. All right, let's keep playing this.
And now he comes out a year and a half later in a desperate attempt to taint the jury pool and says they never responded to the scene. So I have a question for Mr. Morrissey. I have a question for Mr. Morrissey. Were you lying then, or are you lying now? Which you can't have it both ways. I'm sure a lot of you have been asking yourself, why would the sitting district attorney of Norfolk County decide to make a statement that he knows includes provably false statements, just out and out lies? Why would he do that?
He is corrupt.
The answer is because they don't like, the DA's office doesn't like the story that the evidence is telling.
If you haven't seen the stream with me and Will, you have to go back and watch it. It was an awesome stream. We had such a great time, and he's welcome on the channel anytime. Hey, we might hit 13,800 by the time we're at 13,785. It'd be cool if we hit 13,800 before we go off live tonight. All right, let's play this.
It's a story of corruption, an inconvenient truth. There's corruption in their little town. There's a cover-up in their midst. And Michael Morrissey doesn't like it, doesn't know what to do with it. So instead of going out and actually finding the culprits who killed John O'Keefe, he decides to hide behind his desk and release a cowardly statement.
All right, $100 for that. Then he has to get on.
Precious witnesses getting their feelings hurt. He talks about his evidence, his case, being capsized by the evidence, and he doesn't like it. So you know what he does? He tells us, he tells you, stop it. His words, stop it.
I might get a little jealous. The ladies might like Will a little better. I'll get jealous.
Quit with all the evidence. Quit with all the motions. Quit with all the arguments. Just go home and quit.
We got your back, Karen.
To say directly to Mr. Morrissey right here, right now. So listen up, sir. And I'll speak slowly so you understand. Michael Morrissey, we ain't got no quit.
So good. I know, I'm just kidding.
Take a look up on the stairs there. Did you see Karen Reed? I mean, smiling. I mean, this is an accused
It's a movement.
cop killer smiling on the steps.
It's a movement.
It's an aggressive defense. That was what everything that was happening outside. You saw all the people that showed up. Well, a lot of them made their way inside the courtroom as well as the defense team was making their arguments in court today. Take a look.
Dude, I hope you're.
I expect that Mr. Lally will say something along the lines of, well,
we need you.
We were just trading on the idea that Maureen Hartnett at our crime lab microscopically confirmed that it was a human hair. And she did. What's the problem with that? She failed her proficiency exam the month before she did the examination. On the exact same issue,
Mr. Laughlin was clear that it was not Brian Albert's Ford Edge. What he did not tell you, what Mr. Lally did not tell you is there's another member of the Albert family that has a Ford Edge, and that's Colin Albert.
Yeah. That is so good. So good. This little boy is Aiden right there.
Applause in the courtroom. Applause in the courtroom.
Vinny.
After a defense attorney's argument
so good
in front of the judge on a motion. This is unheard of what's happening up in Dedham, Massachusetts. Never seen anything like this. The temperature is turned way up on this case.
I grew up in Hyde
It's
Park.
a murder case. She's charged with murdering her boyfriend, John O'Keefe, a Boston police officer. But they say she had nothing to do with it, and they want the real killers prosecuted and uncovered, pointing the finger at other police officers who were inside the home in this after party. She was out with John O'Keefe that night. They went to a couple different bars, and then the story is she dropped him off at the house, and then he ends up dead in the snow outside that home when she finds him the next morning with some other people who were at the party. So what happened here? What's going on inside the courtroom? Have you ever seen anything like this?
Yeah, right.
Let's bring in our think tank. Joining us tonight in New York City, former senior homicide prosecutor, founder of Villalona Law, Bernarda Villalona. In San Diego, California, criminal defense attorney, former prosecutor, Brian Watkins. And in Los Angeles, California, deputy public defender, LA County, Philip Dubé. This is that we're in, I don't know what's going on up there. I kind of know, but I don't know, right? I mean, there is this public push. One of the leaders there, someone I had on my show a month ago.
The think tank.
His name is Turtle Boy. He was inside the courtroom.
Will, let's get the fucking real think tank going. We need like you, me, Tom, Mike. We can get Unsafe Spaces on. We'll fucking do the real think tank, bro. We got to set that stream up. We should do it once a week. And that's what I've been wanting to do. We have time. We have time until the trial. I think once a week, we should all collectively bounce to each other's channel and we have a think tank. I think the audience would fucking love that.
As they were giving the round of applause to the defense, Bernarda, reaction to what you're seeing outside and inside that courtroom from the public in a case of someone accused of murdering a Boston police officer.
Well, Vinny, I've had standing ovations when I make arguments in court. That has happened when I stand up.
Strength in numbers.
To the judge. But I'm actually surprised that the judge allowed all of this, because remember, usually a judge is quite strict in their orders for the courtroom that they must maintain that the courtroom is quiet and that there must be no outbursts. But what's very concerning is, number one, this is Boston. I lived in Boston for 3 years, and it's a very conservative state and a pro-police
Sam,
state.
what's up, bro?
So I'm surprised at the outpouring.
I just want to stop this real quick. Sam, great supporter. Says hello, Brian. They call me Brian. Brian, it's Brian. Just wanted to pass by and wish everybody a happy new year. All the best to 2024 and to you. Thank you, bro. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Yeah, just flip me the info. I'll get there at some point. I'm just so busy and I'm actually heading back to work tomorrow, so my content's going to slow down a little bit, unfortunately. And I have some health issues I need to start taking care of here. One is my blood pressure. It's really high. It's actually really bad, and I don't know what's going on, but we'll be addressing that soon. We are technically 31 minutes away.
Of support for a person that is accused of killing a police officer. 2, I will be very concerned if I was a prosecutor, because these same people are your.
Let me go back. Let's see.
Ovations when I make arguments in court. That has happened when I stand up.
I've been eating a lot of brown rice.
Judge. But I'm actually surprised that the judge allowed all of this, because remember, usually a judge is quite strict in their orders for the courtroom that they must maintain that the courtroom is quiet and that there must be no outbursts. But what's very concerning is, number one, this is Boston. I lived in Boston for 3 years, and it's a very conservative state and a pro-police state. So I'm surprised at the outpouring of support for.
Yeah, just real quick, I'll address this. Essay says COVID can wreak havoc on that. I still have symptoms 2 years later. Yeah, you know what? Today was funny. Last night, I got overheated and I sweat. And I bet you that was me shaking out the rest of the COVID, because today when I woke up, I actually feel pretty good. My blood pressure is still really high, but I feel pretty good. And this is the 3rd time that I've gotten COVID. Sucks. Super sucks.
Person that is accused of killing a police officer. 2, I will be very concerned if I was a prosecutor, because these same people are your jury pool. These are the people that you're going to be selecting from in order to find a jury to try to convince a jury to convict this defendant for the death of her husband. So I will be concerned if I was a prosecutor.
Brian Watkins, what do you think of this scene, this scenario that is playing out up in Massachusetts?
You know, I've heard of trying a case in the court of public opinion and trying a case in front of the press, but I mean, I never heard of anyone giving their opening statement, their closing arguments.
All right, everybody, we are 30 minutes away from 2024. How exciting is that? I think this year is going to be a monster year for everybody.
Laying out all their evidence. I'm surprised that guy didn't call witnesses at his press conference. You know, I've never seen anything like it. You know, like I said, it will take the jury pool. I mean, jurors may be scared to say, hey, man, if we vote guilty, I don't want to be, you know, attacked by this
cardiologist
mob that may,
long ago?
You know, may.
I had a full echocardiogram and my heart is perfect.
So I think it is going to have some effect. I don't know why the judge isn't, you know, tightening the reins on this. I mean, there's, you know, courtroom decorum that's required, and clause is never really appropriate, you know. let alone on something like a motion or an argument from a defense attorney. So it has gotten way out of hand. It's funny when I don't like the mob rule mentality because a lot of these people don't even know what the evidence is or isn't.
But in this case,
this guy, nobody knows what the evidence is in these cases. Come on, bro.
Trust me.
Vinny's
these people know.
Me.
That truck that was driving by after it said free Karen Reed, then came a piece of evidence, which was this alleged Google search from the defense says 2:30 in the morning. The prosecution says not so fast, 2:30 in the morning, but a Google search for how long to die in the cold. So the defense is saying 2:30, his body's not found till 6:30. That is somebody inside the house trying to figure out how long it's going to take for John O'Keefe to die outside. Take a look. You'll see it pop up right here. After justice for John O'Keefe and Karen Reed, that's the Google search. So they know the evidence.
Well, some of the evidence. And
some
the
of it.
Prosecution's going to definitely have to explain that. But, with every piece of evidence, there's two sides to every piece of evidence. And, that's only one side. So it's going to be interesting to hear the other side. And don't get me wrong, the prosecution will definitely have to explain that.
All right. Philip Dubé, you're in Los Angeles. This case is in Massachusetts, but it has an L.A. connection. Do you know what the L.A. connection is?
No, frankly, other than that Alan Jackson.
Alan Jackson. Yeah. Alan Jackson. He was a prosecutor out in L.A. and now he's on the other side. What are your thoughts about how it's playing in Dedham, Massachusetts? There hasn't been this much action in that courthouse since those two Italian Americans were wrongfully convicted years ago, Sacco and Vanzetti, in the same courtroom.
Well, first of all, the reason why he's on the other side is because he ran against a sitting district attorney to take her seat and lost. So he needed a plan B. He couldn't stay in that office probably, so he went private. Now, having said that, he's very successful, and don't get me wrong, he's very talented and very passionate about what he does.
Thanks, Kat.
But make no mistake about it, Vinny, and maybe Bernarda and Brian will agree, there is a distinct difference between what I call the noisy minority and the silent majority. It's pretty easy to go out and collar and yank people off the street and offer them coffee and donuts to make a scene, a lot of noise and wind tunnels with echo chambers to make it look like you've got a coliseum of supporters.
These people that are showing up have no connection to the defense team. This is not, and this isn't friends and family. I mean, one of the guys who started this movement didn't know anyone here. He just looked at the evidence and said, wait a minute, what's going on?
Okay, fair enough. But again, it goes back to what I started with, and that is that noisy minority, those few who want to get in the limelight, who want to be there, show their support, but it doesn't mean that it is the overall national or even statewide sentiment. And in the end, all that really matters is what the 12 in the box feel and what they hear and what they see. Because in the end, the evidence is not going to encompass what is happening out now on the road, out in front of the courthouse. It's what's presented from that witness stand. And it'll be very interesting to see and hear what they've got separate and apart from all this media outcry and from this local throng. But I do predict that there will be compelling evidence that could go either way. Let's face it, both sides has what we call warts. There's warts and nuggets. And yes, the prosecution's going to take a hit, but we'll just have to see if the hit raises enough doubt to set her free or if it's just a lot of smoke and mirrors.
Again.
I don't know how the jury's going to decide this. I've never seen anything like this in the buildup to a murder case. I've never seen it. I've seen people protesting, wanting someone to be convicted. But I've never seen a situation like this where people are showing up looking for justice, and justice for them is not guilty. Unreal. All right. Think Tank with us the whole hour. We've got more to talk about on this case. Up next.
Excuse me.
The legal battle is getting intense as the defense accuses the prosecution of not handing over important evidence. We'll take a look.
I was awake.
I'm gonna move this up ahead. There we go.
Where on earth would she go, even if she wanted to go somewhere? But she's not going anywhere. Her family's here, her doctors are here, and given the strength of her defense, as illustrated by the changed circumstances we've discussed, she has every incentive to fight this case and no incentive to quit. She's made every court appearance and has invested herself 100% into this case, financially, emotionally, and intellectually.
One of the issues on the docket today in the Karen Reed case was her bail. Now, you notice she walks in and out of the courtroom, so it's not that they want her to get bail. They want the bail dropped. Just have her sign something and promise to come back. The bail's like $80,000, but apparently she needs the money to pay for her defense and all of her expenses because it seems like she has now lost her job now that she's accused of murdering a Boston police officer. In the meantime, there were other issues on the agenda today inside that courtroom. Let's take a listen to some of the things the defense is trying to get from the prosecution, who they've been accusing of not playing by the rules. Take a listen.
Good to see you.
We know that there was a camera at the house, Your Honor, because a grand juror asked Brian Albert during the course of his testimony about the camera. It wasn't the Commonwealth that asked that question. The assistant district attorney went through 26 pages of questioning at the grand jury, a full panoply of questions surrounding the circumstances of John O'Keefe's death on January 29th, 2022, and not a single question was asked about security footage that did or did not exist at the time. A grand juror had to step in and ask that question.
It has now been a year and a half since Ms. Reed was arraigned in Norfolk Superior Court.
What was that?
A year and a half, and the defense still has not been allowed to so much as look at the physical evidence that the Commonwealth has had in its possession for 21 months and has so desperately withheld from the defense out of fear of what it might show. That is unacceptable, that is unconstitutional, and that clearly violates the mandatory discovery provisions set forth in Rule 14. There are first 56 items of physical evidence that we have been unable to view, unable to independently test.
Are these the items that are at the lab for testing still?
That's correct, Your Honor. It includes all of the taillight pieces, all of Mr. O'Keefe's clothing, and all samples taken from Mr. O'Keefe's clothing and person. This is the seminal evidence in this case.
Shortly after John O'Keefe died, Brian Laughlin told us that he did plow the street in front of 34 Fairview, made a pass by there at 2:30 in the morning on January 29th.
Real quick, I just want to pull this up. I don't know if it's playing music, though. We have officially almost 20 minutes. Yeah, there's music. I can't play the music. We'll get whacked. But we are about 20 minutes away. And thank you. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for all recognizing LTL this year. As I was saying before, you know, just in March when I really started to ramp this channel up and kind of niche into true crime, I think we were looking at like 2,000, just barely 2,000 subscribers. The channel has grown so much through all the dedication of hard work. And I don't say that it's just strictly me. It takes a team to do this. It takes a team of subscribers, members, people that come to support, watch the lives. You all make this channel go, because if you're not here and you're not in the chats, you're not clicking, you're not viewing, leaving comments, leaving upvotes, then it doesn't expand the channel. And that's especially what we want to do this year, is just really get LTL moving in the right direction where it needs to be, in a fully functional, free form, independent media channel. So thank you all so much. It's been such a great ride in 2023. And I think this is just the lifting point now. And I think 2024 for LTL is going to be amazing. And I'm going to get to meet a lot of great people. We've had a lot of great people on the panel. You know, we've gotten close to some people and had some really great guests. And I look forward to just keep elevating that, getting, you know, bigger and higher guests on the channel, and, you know, really putting this up there as a pinnacle channel. It's what I want to do. So 18 minutes away. We'll check back in the counter here in a minute, and we'll just keep playing Court TV.
And when he passed that house, there was not a lot of snow that had fallen. Visibility was good. The lights were working on his plow. He passed right by the area where John O'Keefe's body would have been if Karen Reed had actually struck him with her vehicle. And he confirmed that at 2:30 a.m., plowing that area, there was no body there. The more appropriate word to describe him is corrupt.
Thanks for subscribing.
Only a corrupt state trooper would agree to investigate a murder case in which a body was found in the yard of a family friend. Only a corrupt state trooper would keep his ties to that family friend hidden. Only a corrupt state trooper would refuse to go inside the home, which featured the body of a dead police officer on its lawn. Only a corrupt state trooper would write in his report that a street had not been plowed when it had.
You're awesome, bro. You're always here.
The corrupt Michael.
Appreciate it. Ron's a great supporter as well, too. It's nice to see you tonight. I hope you're having a good evening wherever you are, Ron. I hope you're safe. It's nice to see your face in here all the time. Thank you. He says, I'm typing it. Oh, he might have had a few drinks tonight. Hopefully everybody's out safe doing what they're doing. If you're out drinking tonight, please get a ride share. Have a sober friend drive you home. We want to see your face back here in the live chat. We don't want to lose anybody tonight. It's not worth it.
Proctor, who took custody of John O'Keefe's clothing, and that clothing was not submitted to the lab until several weeks after Michael Proctor seized it.
Big supporter.
Okay. Let's bring back in our think tank Bernardo Villalona, Brian Watkins, Philip Dubé. Is this just noise being made by the defense, Brian Watkins, or is this legit? These arguments they're making, these accusations they're making in this case, because it looks like they're going down the road of a conspiracy.
But it's not noise. They are saying very concrete, specific things. They're not just throwing, there's a conspiracy out there, something's going on and we don't know, but there's something smells bad. They are laying it out step by step, evidence by evidence, piece of evidence by piece of evidence. So they are very specific on what they're talking about. And listening to them, obviously there's reasonable doubt here. If not, they could prove that there's, police corruption. I haven't heard the prosecution's, rebuttal to this, but this is not noise. These are specific facts that they are laying out for the judge.
Philip Dubé, what are you hearing from the defense here as they're attempting? And one of the allegations that Alan Jackson made was, listen,
that's awesome. Good for you.
This footage, this supposed footage, it looks like the defense is looking for Google Nest video footage from the house that night, and they didn't hear about it until a grand juror, apparently from a transcript they found, asked about it, and the owner of the house said, yeah, I had a Google Nest, but then I don't think he ever hooked it up. Like, what? It seems like, are they reaching, or are they truly uncovering something here?
Well, look, they're doing their due diligence. They're investigating every fact. Remember, if there is, in fact, Nest footage, that would be the closest thing to an eyewitness of what went down at that house. We are
currently 15 minutes away. 15 minutes away here on the East Coast to celebrating the new year, 2024. It just doesn't that sound good? 2024 feels like it's going to be a good year.
Viewers, I think most people know what a Nest system is. It's basically sometimes an indoor and an exterior nanny cam system where you can see what's going on in the house, when you have a small child or you have a babysitter. It certainly picks up who is at your front door, what could be going on out on your porch, in the walkway leading to your porch. So that's important stuff. And if there was, in fact, an actively installed Nest video camera that did or could have picked up some type of imagery of what occurred that night, the defense should get it. It's fundamentally unfair that only the prosecution can have it, because it's the type of evidence that appears to have only been secured by search warrant. And the defense does not have the luxury of being able to swear out an affidavit of probable cause and serving that company with a search warrant to get that footage. So I think it's incumbent upon them to investigate it. And if it does exist and they're not turning it over, they have a discovery compliance date under their Rule 14 where the judge will order them to turn it over. The other key piece of evidence, honestly, the tail light fragments. Remember, she was seen on her own ring footage backing into a car and supposedly shattering her own taillight in the rear of her SUV. And that at the
I was
time
just gonna
she
say
hit
that,
Mr.
Karen.
O'Keefe, that pieces of all that taillight were embedded in him, either on his clothing or on his person, but yet it has not been turned over to the defense to do their own independent analysis. Because trust me, if it doesn't match her SUV, this case is going away. That's reasonable doubt right there, irrespective of that Nest footage.
All right, Bernardo Villalona, I want you to take a listen to the assistant DA talking about something
Sprinkle some crack
that
on it. It'll be
they
okay.
want to get their hands on.
Sprinkle some tail light on it. It'll be
What the
okay.
Commonwealth is requesting is any and all video footage, including raw or unused or unaired video footage of interviews, specifically with the defendant herself. She submitted herself to interviews with multiple news programs. The content of those interviews was sort of interwoven within a narrative story, which the Commonwealth would submit as a fair inference if there's additional footage that is available. In specific reference to the NBC, there's an indication from the broadcast that this is part of a larger program
Look at this.
to air at a future date.
Iceland watching tonight. Iceland watching tonight. The Karen Reed movement. The Karen Reed movement has reached Iceland, and we have some Aussies in here tonight. That's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Iceland. Karen Reed movement in Iceland. What the fuck, man? Sprinkle, sprinkle. Just sprinkle some taillight on it. It'll be okay.
These statements by the defendant, as the court is well aware, are entirely admissible. They were freely given by the defendant in each of the respective news broadcasts. The defendant, at least in part, so some of the statements she's on her own along with the reporter, and some of the other statements she's seated at a table with counsel. So as it pertains to any of those statements, there's an exception to the hearsay rule as far as—
That was the whole thing. That was the trick, because everybody was migrating to those areas. So what they did was they made Iceland, which is naturally green there. It's so stunning and beautiful. And then they tricked everybody and named it Greenland. And then when everybody got there, it's just fucking snow. It's a big iceberg.
Statements by a party opponent. Any statements that she makes to these outlets, she's free to make, but the Commonwealth is seeking production of those statements.
All right, Bernardo. Apparently in Massachusetts, they don't have that same protection that the media has in some other jurisdictions where you only get what we put out on the air. You don't get our work product.
I'll try to do
They want to see the raw interviews. If you were the defense, would you be a little worried if the prosecution gets their hands on the unedited interviews of Karen Reed with ABC and with NBC?
Thank you for the 5.
Not at all, because I'm sure what the defense attorney did was prep Karen Reed before she actually gave those interviews, especially since the defense attorney knows that anything that Karen Reed says can be used against her in a court of law. So I wouldn't be concerned about that. But what I do see is that the prosecution here is trying to get the defense to do their job for them, because they want to use those statements, but they want the defense to provide those statements to the prosecutor for the prosecutor to use against the defendant. No, what the Commonwealth needs to do is that they need to try to get those statements and then evaluate those statements and then determine, is this something that they want to put in their case in chief? Is this something that they want to save if and when the defendant testifies on her own behalf?
Brian Watkins, do you have to prep your client for a sit-down interview if they're innocent and telling the truth?
Absolutely you do. But, in reality, I've been a lawyer for 26 years, and you can prep a client and tell them, stay away from this area, do this. They get right in front of that camera on the interview, and they do exactly what you just
had major fucking earthquakes over there. I was seeing a video that someone had in their house, and literally their floor was waving like this. It was the most frightening thing. And I think they're still having earthquakes. And then they had a volcano that erupted over there. But literally the friggin' floor was moving like this. It looked like something out of a horror movie. It was crazy.
Just told them not to do. So, but the funny thing about this is the defense has a great argument here.
Look up videos of it.
It would be providing, she has the right against self-incrimination. And providing those interviews, I understand that those interviews were taken not while she was in custodial interrogation and such. They were voluntarily given. But now she is under custodial interrogation, and she'd be handing over statements at that time, even though the statements were made prior. So there's a huge issue there. The prosecutor needs to subpoena that stuff on their own from the news station. The defense attorney should not have to give them anything.
All right, folks, take a look. There's a lot happening in this case. And all these people showed up, by the way. This wasn't for the trial. I can't imagine what it's going to look like when the trial happens. We've got a pretrial conference November 3rd.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Motions must be filed by the 16th of November. Pretrial hearing December 8th. Evidentiary motions January 5th. Final pretrial conference February 26th. And then look at it, folks. March Madness in Dedham, Massachusetts. March 12th, trial date. And I'm going to put on my parka and I'm going to go up to Dedham, Massachusetts. I'm telling you right now.
All right, we're going to go in and watch the ball drop here. I'll pick up from live now with Fox. Hopefully they're not playing music, but we'll see. What do we got?
Behind us, and that's great because there are some people here who don't have a vantage point, who don't have a viewpoint of the stage, so they get a chance to see LL Cool J perform right in front of them. And
so I want to say, just bless everybody down in New York City. I know things are crazy this year. I just hope nothing happens. There's a lot of shit down there earlier going on today, and I just bless all those people that are watching the ball drop. I have a coworker that's down there tonight. So Isaiah, my blessings are with you and your family. I hope everybody gets through the safe ball drop here tonight and can celebrate and you know, not have anything happen, because there's, you know, a lot of crazy shit going down there in New York. All right, let's play this up.
Can't get enough of. There's nothing like being in the middle of Times Square, ringing in the new year, and then you have some people here who are celebrating in Times Square for the first time, and they get a chance to meet new friends and forge these relationships, especially as they stand out here.
I'm gonna have to kill this because this music playing and it's gonna whack me. Let's see.
My way. It's just an incredible feeling and experience being here, and I'm happy to be sharing it with you, Andrew, my good friend.
Yeah.
All talking about resolutions all night. I think one of mine going into 2024 is to see more of Madeline Rivera, my friend, throughout the new year.
I'm just gonna mute that because they have music playing. I don't want to get whacked. They'll whack me with a copyright. So we'll just wait. Yeah, it was a lot of stuff going on in New York today. It's just bullshit. A lot of crazy shit. Thank you, Lucky Phil. Thanks for being here. Let's see if we can play sound.
I will find joy sharing these moments with you. And again, just being more present in the moment. Happy New Year, Andrew.
Happy New Year, Maddie. What a treat that was.
I'm going to just whack that down. I don't want to get whacked with a copyright. All right, let's go back.
Stay in Times Square. We're just 6 minutes away from the ball dropping there.
Well, thank you so much for becoming a member and a supporter. I appreciate it.
Let's continue watching.
I'm going to kill that. Unfortunately, we can't play that. We'll get whacked. That's the only crappy thing about YouTube is we can't play any music because it's copyrighted. We'll get whacked. So we can at least celebrate the the ball drop. We can see it. How many likes did we have? We had 100. Oh, great. We're at 112. Thank you. Welcome in, everybody. I'll play a little music here. Let's see. Let's play some music. This music's okay. We can play this. Oh, 3 more minutes. Minnesota, thank you for the 10. Happy New Year to you. Thank you for your continued commitment to bring us positive tonight. We love and appreciate you. Well, I love and appreciate you. Thank you. That was very kind. Great word. After we with the 5 gifted, thank you. Welcoming new members. Welcome here to LTL Tucson. I appreciate the support. I love all of you. Thank you. About 2 minutes and 28 seconds away. Here on the East Coast to ring in the new year. Okay, we're 2 minutes away. 2 minutes away from celebrating. Thank you, Jessica. Appreciate it. She says, hope this year is the best year. I hope it's the best year for everybody. We are officially a minute and 35 seconds away. A minute and 35 seconds away. I'm going to play a little bit more music so we don't get whacked. Algorithm. Melanie, thank you so much. We are close to a minute here. Thank you, Melanie, for support. Positive thoughts, positive way of life for everybody in 2024. Thank you all so much for being here. We are 55 seconds away from the ball dropping tonight in Times Square in 2024. Thank you for being part of this amazing journey so far this year. Couldn't have done it without all of you. I agree. We are 30 seconds away from the new year, 2024, 26, 22, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 10. Good stuff. Let's just take in the moment. I can't play the music on the TV. They'll whack me. I will not. I'm going to be back at work. I'm sorry. I will be at Karen's hearing on Friday. Very noisy on Dina Street. Yes, Happy New Year. It's a new year, 2024. They botched the ball drop in New York City. They were so late getting it down. What the fuck? That was one of the worst botches I've seen. They were late getting it. Let's see. Yeah, I can't play the sound. They'll whack me. Sorry, everybody. But at least we're here together. Yeah, fireworks there. That's dope. I wonder if there's any fireworks. Let's see if I can find some. I'm sure there is. I think Disney. We can find the Disney feed. Let's see. Let's go to Disney feed. They're not even really doing anything. Ball drop, Disney. Epcot, Magic Kingdom. There's really nothing going on. They're blowing fake snow in Epcot. Let's take a look at that. That's kind of interesting. Check this out. Wow, 14,000. Look at this, 14,000 subscribers. Good for them. That's cool.
Oh, we got to get to this castle. Are you guys going to party with us?
Yeah, we got to play some fireworks for Otter to get up there, I think.
Yes. Oh, they're loving seeing the subscriber count.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of people blowing.
I know. Are we going to get...
It's going to be slow going to make it up to the stage, the castle stage here.
Oh, that's right.
Happy New Year,
in Australia,
everybody.
they do fireworks.
And we're going to... You want to replay that at 1 a.m.?
At 1 a.m. I'm replaying
So if you
it.
are Central Time...
Yeah, we're replaying
If you are
this at
Central
1
Time,
a.m.
you need to stay tuned. Because we are going to replay the fireworks for your
So if you're
countdown.
Central Time Zone, like in Wisconsin, where we're from, we're going to replay it at 1 a.m.
Awesome! Happy New Year!
Sorry, we're going against the grain, I guess.
I know.
Yep, keep your hand up.
Here.
Oh, gosh.
Let's
excuse
go
me.
here. Right here on the curb, Adam.
Oh, shit, I'm going to get whacked. All right, I'm going to pull out of that one. Here's Vegas. Vegas still hasn't done anything there. They're 2 hours behind, I think. This is Vegas.
Classic J, we still have
No, I
3
didn't
hours
hear
to
about
go
it.
for
I heard
the
about New York
fireworks.
City.
Hello, K-Pex.
This is Vegas right now, live on the strip.
Gnarly Cookie says,
A lot of people out there. Let's see if we got anything else. I wish we could see some fireworks. Is anybody doing fireworks? Australia. This is New York City. They did China. China. There's no fireworks. Oh, here we go. Oh, we got fireworks. Let's watch some fireworks. Cool. Let's watch some fireworks real quick. Cool. All right, look at this. The fucking music, so I can't play that, but we'll watch them. Wow, look at that. Unfortunately, I can't play because they have music and they'll whack me for copyright, but we can at least watch. Wow, this is beautiful. Look at that. Wow. We'll hang out a couple more minutes and then I gotta go to bed. I gotta work tomorrow. This is, it says New York from around the world. So this is live. I just don't know where it is. See if we're gonna get any more. I don't know. Oh, yep, we're gonna get more. Look at this. Wow. That's pretty neat. Beautiful fireworks. I wish there wasn't music and we could play the sound. It's music. Yeah, they got music. I'll get whacked. It's pretty cool. You know how much money that must cost? It must cost so much money. All right, I just want to do this. Paula, thank you for becoming a new member. Babs, thank you for becoming a new member. Richie says, blessings all for 2024. 3-month member, thank you. Allegedly LB, a new member, thank you. Charlene, 1-month membership. Happy New Year to you. Robin, new member, thank you. Sam stopped by. Thank you so much for the 2 Canadian. I had Luna's mom, 5. I'm in Kansas. Y'all got to stay. I don't think I can stay up. I'm sorry. Pamela, thank you for the new membership. Minnesota, thank you with the 10. Happy New Year to you. Bathory gifted 5. Thank you. Jessica stopped by. Member for 7 months. Thank you. Melanie, new membership. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for the support. Wow, look at all that. That's insane. Beautiful fireworks. Woo. Wouldn't that be a I just can't play it too long. Oh, yeah, totally. There's a lot of money that could be feeding a lot of people all over the world that are just wasted. Look at all the money that goes over to the wars right now. It's incredible. Wow, look at that. That would be something to see in person. I'll tell you. That would be something to see in person. Carrie H says, happy 2024, Brian. Mods, members, and chat. Send all the love and blessings. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for your support, Carrie. I appreciate you. Wow. Pretty amazing. I wish I knew where this was. Around the world. I wish people... Where is this? Doesn't say. Trying to see if people are chatting and saying it. Didn't we used to do crazy fireworks in Boston? Do they do them anymore? Yeah, I don't know where this is. Look at this. We used to do... Did we do fireworks this year in Boston? We used to do tons of them. Oh, I'm getting tired. I don't want to go to work tomorrow. Luna says, I also have a home in Cali, so I'm staying up for 2 more hours to say Happy New Year to those loved ones. That's beautiful. That's awesome. Thank you for the 5, by the way. Yeah, I'm not going to make it too much longer. I'm tired. Dubai. Yeah, let's see. Oh, that's right. It could be Dubai. You're right. Oh, I'm salary. Not tomorrow. I'm salary. Look at this. This is insane. I wonder if Dubai has fireworks. The Burj Khalifa. They all fucking music, so I can't play it. But it's insane what they did to the Burj Khalifa. Wow. Wow. Let's show some of that really quick. This is insane. Where is this fireworks display? This is nuts. Wow. Wonder if this can't be New York City. You think it's New York City? I wish we knew where it was, but people aren't saying in the chat. It's probably some of the nicest fireworks I've ever seen. The ones in the Dubai ones are crazy. I'll pull that up really quick before we go. Wow, look at this. You can hear some of it for a second. I got whacked. Damn it. I knew it. Son of a bitch. I knew I was going to get whacked. I got demonetized on it. Yeah, probably Kim Kardashian's backyard. Oh, you're welcome, Melody. Thanks for being here. Let's look at the Burj Khalifa really quick, and then I'm gonna head out for the night. It's getting late. Check this out. This is insane. These fireworks are coming from the Burj Khalifa in Dubai. Watch this. I can't play the sound, but look at this. That's got to be millions of dollars to do this. Insane. Look at all the fireworks coming off the Burj Khalifa. Fuck. Yeah, the fake islands. Yeah. Look at this. This is insane. Jeez, man. Oh, you know what's going to be interesting this year? That big dome in Las Vegas. They got to do something with that, I'm pretty sure. They make it look like an eyeball and stuff. I think YouTube is due a residency there right now. That new entertainment complex. That's going to be nuts. Look at this. This is insane. That must be something to see, man. Look at this. Holy fuck. Insane. I wonder if we could play. Yeah, there's music, so I can't play it. I'm sorry. Wow. That had to have cost millions of dollars to do. Yeah, the dome in Vegas is insane. I wonder if they got to do something to it. It looks like an eyeball. They put like an eyeball on it. Wow. Let's see the very, very end. Look at this. God. Wow. Wow. Imagine being inside the building and seeing all that. Look at this. It's insane. That was insane. Oh, they're lights. Get the fuck out of here. It's a combination of lights and fireworks. Look at this. That is absolutely insane. That must be their prince or their president or something. That's pretty cool. Look at the Saudi flag. Wow, that must be something to see, man. That's crazy. Cool stuff. All right. Well, I think that's going to end tonight's presentation. I am going to head out here. It's late here on the East Coast. We just passed New Year's about 17 minutes ago. I want to welcome everybody that's new here to LTL True Crime, or anybody that's an old member, subscriber that stopped by tonight just to say hi. I appreciate all of the support. I wish everybody a healthy and happy 2024. We need some help, and we need some health, and we need some happiness. Everybody's been sick and unhealthy, and it's time that we all get back on our feet and get the ball rolling here in 2024. So I will not be streaming tomorrow night. I'm going to take the night off. I've been hitting it hard literally every day for about a month, and I need a break. I will be back to work tomorrow, and I will continue to try to do the best I can to keep streaming and giving content. You can don't doubt me about that. I will be here. So everybody, thank you so much. Have an amazing rest of your night. Be safe in whatever you're doing. I love all of you, and I think 2024 is going to be an amazing year for LTL, and I would have never thought we'd be here right now, but we are, and I'm taking in the moment, and I love it. And thank you for all of your support. And again, everybody be good, get some rest, and I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good night, everybody. Take care.